Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Well, we're outside in our garden, showing you a little more of our garden. We have a wonderful taro root or gautilla here, and some tapioca root, and some spinach over here. Have a nice pepper tree on the other side. A little bit more. It might start raining real quick. But wonderful light outside. Couldn't resist but being outside, and the humidity is not bad at all, so it's really great. Well, most people are deficient in vitamin D3. Our melanin, or our skin, produces the vitamin D3, and anywhere, depending on who you read, up to 75 to 90% of the people are deficient in vitamin D3. People who work outside have more vitamin D3. You only need a short exposure. You don't need a lot. And people who work inside have very little vitamin D3, and you need about 10,000 units, anywhere from 2 to 10,000 units, but we'll get into that a little bit more. But 10 minutes of sun, 15 minutes of sun will give you 10,000 international units of vitamin D3. So it's not that big a deal. You get outside for a little while and you're going to soak up a lot of vitamin D3. It also helps with blood pressure regulation, boosting up your immunity, helps you with mood and brain function and memory function, also help to prevent cancers, help create strong bones, the utilization of calcium, phosphorus, so you have strong bones, helps with the prevention of diabetes. There actually is a correlation between, not having enough D3 and actually coming down with diabetes also. Helps with heart disease by lowering blood pressure, keeping cholesterol under control, prevents heart enlargement, and helps to prevent atherosclerosis, or hardening of the arteries. And it helps with sleep too. If you don't have enough D3, you don't sleep well, you're agitated, your anxiety, and so it helps with insomnia. It boosts up our immune system in general and helps to prevent MS. There's a connection between MS and actually low amounts of D3 in our body. Also helps with rheumatoid arthritis. If you have RA, you need to have more good old D3. A lot of people just need to step out, even on their lunch break, and see the sun and be in the direct sun, and that will help. Helps with the irritable bowel syndrome also, and all the digestive disorders. Also helps with preventing cancer, and multiple studies showing it. It helps to prevent lots of different types of cancer. So that's really, really important. Also helps to regulate testosterone and keep testosterone in a good way. If you have low T, you might think about that. Also for women, helps to regulate estrogen and all the hormones in the body. So that's another thing to think about. Like I said, good for mood, and if you have anxiety attacks, you might think you might want to take some D3 or get out in the sun. There's no doubt about it. I had a lady the other day from Scandinavian country, always overcast, and she was really needed to have some D3 and also needed to get out in the sun. Sometimes you need one of these little standing things that have light that comes out of them, and that helps also in a great way. And your memory is better if you have a little bit of sun. We are sun-activated people. I have to tell you, my wife, it runs on solar batteries. She feels so much better when she gets out in the sun and goes to the beach and spends a little time there. There's no doubt about that. And there's a lot of good things about sun. You don't want to overdo it, of course, but at the same time, you really need to get some sun. Anywhere from taking the supplement, anywhere from 2,000 international units to 5,000 international units. And bone density, they found if you take too much, actually lowers your bone density. So that was not very good either. So really, it's important to just take the right amount. Some people will even take 400 international units, and that was just enough to make sure that they got the amount that they needed to get the bone density and everything in their wonderful body. At the same time, there are also mushrooms that will give you wonderful D3. They're starting to grow, shiitake and maitake and even portobello mushrooms out in the open, not in caves anymore, because they absorb the the D3, and so we can take it in when we eat them also. So that's a great place to get your vitamin D3 is a little bit of mushrooms on a regular basis. So think about that also. Also, your daily vitamins, a lot of them have D3 in it, but usually not a lot. So allow yourself to get out into the sun like I am right now. I'm a gardener. I like to get out in the sun on a regular basis, and especially when things are not too humid like right now. This is a great time to get out in the garden, and weeding is one of my favorite things. It's just me and the weeds, and that's it. And it's kind of like a meditation also. So allow yourself to partake of what our elders did 100 years ago, being out in the sun. And this will help you to be really much healthier in general, and help to have strong bones. At the same time, if you want strong bones, you got to stress your bones a little bit. Have to work out with weights. The old body goes, if you're not using it, you're going to lose it. So it takes that calcium and puts it somewhere else that's going to be used, So at the same time, you got to work out with weights. If you don't see bodybuilders, you don't see, weightlifters that have osteoporosis. If they're getting out in the sun, and if they're taking some D3 and they're stressing their bones, it doesn't happen whatsoever. So allow yourself to partake of, a little bit of weightlifting. I do quite a bit, actually. And it's important to get yourself in shape. I can't do that for you. Nobody can do that for you. The only thing that works for you is to do it yourself, and putting in the discipline to make that happen and build up that bone density. Just eating green leafy vegetables every day. That'll give you 500 milligrams of calcium. The calcium is there. We got exactly what we need. And then all we have to do is stress our bones a little bit, take the D3, and we're going to have great bone density and great memory, and keep away from cancer, and on and on. So you have a wonderful day. And if you want to get a hold of me, my phone number is 831-869-9119, 831-869-9119. My email address is drpaulhaider@gmail. Just click show more, and it's all right below there. drpaulhaider@gmail.com. And my Skype address is drpaulhaider. Feel free to connect with me. If you want to do a consult with me, I ask for a $50 donation, and you can do your wife and you together, or your other half in general. And that'll be an hour to 2 hours of consult, and we'll get you on the right road to healing and feeling great, and really, coming alive and feeling vital. I walk 8 miles a day to pull-up crunches, and I'm almost 67, you know what I mean? And I see people in the mall, they're all crippled up and everything. There's no reason for it. You can be great and feel great, and I know you can. Have a wonderful day. Remember God, and remember, I love you.